Hello, I'm Starlight Flux.
Skybound.
Tip top.
Vector thrust. It's been a while.
Fine.
I wasn't paying attention.
Like any time.
Someone else is new.
Yeah, basically we've got everybody here for the next 4 episodes essentially because let's just say scheduling.
We're marathoning all of this with the finale as well.
Yeah, because scheduling it just makes a lot more sense for us.
So we've just watched season 9, episode 23, the Big Mac question.
Yes, and well, as far as the story is concerned, I mean, let's start with the story, and I say
we're
the
keeping it brief. We're giving it 30 seconds per person for each.
Otherwise, this will get way out of hand.
Yes.
So Starlight Flux. Your 30 seconds starts
on story.
Now. Okay, basically the story, I think it's a very sweet story. I think it was very well written. It also shows how things can be overly complicated and just go way... like, it's basically how 2 people can have the same idea and it can sort of clash if they don't communicate with one another, something that I have actually experienced quite a lot of it today. So basically, yeah, I can understand how things... But it was nice to see how it, and you know, finally see them tying a knot quite literally and tie one another. But yeah, put a like just basically finish off the story arc essentially. So
you're giving it how many out of 10?
I'm giving it a. You know what? Solid 8. I'm going to give it 8.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will go next. Starting now. Okay. So it was a really good story as Starlight said, really sweet story. Great to see all of the characters come together, especially, obviously, Big Mac and Sugar Belle are the main protagonists of this episode. It was really great seeing them. It was a really quality story. I would say, I would agree with an 8 for that.
So it's an 8 out of 10. Okay. I think, in terms... We're starting? Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, in terms of story, I'm a huge fan of the interview style they had. It very much reminded me of Saddle Row Review, which is one of my all-time favourite episodes. I think that really lent to breaking the story up, making it easier to digest. I have to say, it was a very sweet story. The idea that they both had it, and I really enjoyed that they went with the concept of the female proposing as well, which is something you very rarely see.
Proposing at both at the same time.
So, for that reason, I think it was superb. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
And that's 30 seconds. And next.
Who? Me or Fault?
Let's go with...
Pick your poison.
Yeah, okay, alright, I'll go. Okay, it was a really sweet story, I did enjoy it as well. However, it is in some ways a plot that we've seen, we've seen before, as in, you know, two people having a complete misunderstanding, trying to do something at the exact same time, and that kind of screws things up. I would knock that down a point, but however, the fact that basically they had Sugar Belle actually proposing as well, which is a really progressive idea, it's really sweet, it tied everything up, and also the fact it worked with the interview style as well. I am going to actually average it out about, I'll actually give it a 7 out of 10.
7, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Fault?
Yeah, we're going, are we?
Yeah.
They've all said everything, frankly. Problems with being the last person.
well, we take it into...
7 out of 10, there you go, job done. They've said
7
it all.
out of 10, okay, so...
7 out of 10, so...
I'd say that averages around 8, actually.
That averages an 8. We've got 8, 8, 9, 7 and 7. So I'd take that as about an 8 of average. So for story, we'll give it a total of 8 out of 10.
Alright.
Humour.
Right, humour. On point. I will go... Can I go...
Yeah, sure.
So for humour.
Yeah, I'm just saying...
Definitely.
On point, completely, like, it... Especially with Discord. Like, any episode you have Discord in... if it's not funny, you've done it wrong. And just seeing it escalate to the point where it's like, oh, he just takes a shortcut and completely screws into... And just the idea that they both had the same idea and Mrs. Kate trying to get all those cakes done and you know, not realising how much of a task that was going to be to start off with.
30 seconds.
So, yeah, I'm going to give it a 8.
Yeah.
So 8 for humour from you.
Okay. Right, 30 seconds starts now. Okay, so I think the humour was really on point as well. It had some great moments with Discord. Obviously the Star Trek references, which I'm sure is appreciated by the couple of Trekkies in here. And just the idea of Spike being able to kind of predict everything that Big Mac was going to do, I thought that was rather funny as well. I would say that was a really good one for humour, so I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10.
That's 8 out of 10. Okay. So, my thoughts on humour, I have to agree. I'd say it was on point. And I have to say, as humorous as it was, seeing a lot of Discord being Discord, the CMCs being thrown in there, the stress from Mrs. K is too relatable, frankly.
Yeah.
Oh god.
The humour I personally liked the most was not so much Discord, but Spike's cynical reaction to knowing what Discord is like.
Oh god,
Like, here's just the grounding in the real world. It was absolutely brilliant. I'd say I would give that one. It's maybe not the funniest episode. I'd give this one a 7. Personally.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I found it a funny episode as well, but it's not one of the funniest. As in, to me, like getting the really funniest episodes are like the one where Pinkie Pie knows. I'd set that as pretty much the benchmark of like really funny episode. But this was a funny one, but it wasn't exceptionally funny. I'd say so. I'd probably go with a 7 out of 10 as well.
7 out of 10. Okay.
And Paul?
Yeah, so all of the Star Trek humour goes over my head. I am one
To be
of
fair, you're
heathen.
pretty short. Most things do.
Order!
Order!
Hey, I'm the one organising this. Order! All of you, just
The Burko references are strong in this one.
Bolt will not be shouted down. He will make his point,
Will the
no matter how long it takes.
Will the
Right. Bolt.
carry on?
Anyway, as the right honourable gentleman was saying, basically, the Star Trek humour went way over my head. I just didn't understand it, didn't get any of the references to it. That being said, it was funny and entertaining, but I can only give it a 6. It was fairly average for me.
Okay.
So that's 2 8s, 2 7s, and a 6. I'd
7,
average
I
that
would
out.
say.
7.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got 7 for humour, and next up is
Next up is animation.
animation.
I have to say, well, the animation. I mean, I wouldn't say it was the best, though it was. I don't know. I mean, there wasn't anything that stood out to me too much. I mean, there wasn't any errors that I could see really. I mean, to be honest, we were probably too busy jiffing on it, to be honest. But the point I'm making is, it was. I'm trying to think if there was anything that I'd spotted. I mean, there was some interesting effects, I suppose. So I'm just going to give it a 7 because it was all right.
Okay. 7. Right. Okay. So I quite liked the animation as usual. It was good. I did quite like the interview style, the whole sort of thing where they're sort
That's
of
more story.
Yeah, I suppose. But it's kind of it's also had that kind of element of breaking the fourth wall a little bit, and. I mean, there was some great sort of animation, especially with the with the giant apples and
Yeah, that monster was good.
yeah, the monster was absolutely horrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was entirely kind of average for the most part, so I'm going to go 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay. Right. I was pretty impressed with the animation in this episode for 2 reasons. One, some of the facial expressions were on point, especially Mrs. Cake and Spike.
Oh yeah, Mrs. Kate's
Mrs. Cake's sort of
expression.
sheer stress, like that is, she looks like she's about to go full Gordon Ramsay. But for me, the crowning moment in this episode, in terms of animation, was that gorgeous shot of the sunset shining through the tree.
Ooh,
that's
that was
a good point.
That
actually.
alone, is
Okay,
that alone is enough to bump it up for me. For animation, I'm going to give that one an 8 out of 10,
Actually,
just on that basis.
Can I just say, that's a good point, I didn't think of that. Can I do it?
Score edits can happen at
Score
the end.
retcons.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we'll bump
okay.
yours up to 8, and I'm also going to give it an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I was about to say basically there wasn't really anything exceptional about this episode. Okay, but now I've reminded 3 things. One, that shot from the hill down over basically the over the Apple family house. The shot, the light between the trees, and as well as basically the giant, terrifying, horrifying apple monster.
Shaded from...
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll actually say I was actually about to give this a 6. But I'll give it a bigger for not being exceptional. But I'll give it a 7 actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
7 out of 10. And Fault?
These guys have said it all, let's be honest.
Okay, you're going first next
Problems
time.
with going last.
You'll go first next time, then, in that case.
Yeah, problems with going last. The only thing I would pick up that still really irks me and really annoys me is the opening and Angel having that apple just magically phase into his mouth
that's
as
coming
if he
across
was
all
Kirby.
episodes. That doesn't count.
So I'm not going to hold it against, frankly, but it still irks me. The animation was average for this season, which, saying that, is still above average for the entire overarching series. So I'm going to give it a 6 because it is above average, but for this series it is average.
Okay, so again, 2 8s, 2 7s, and a 6. That averages out to 7, same as before with humour. Okay, musical score. Fault, do you want to go first?
Isn't it?
No, musical score. Fault, you go first. Go.
Again, the Star Trek episodes that these guys have pointed out before this, over my head. Way over my head. Although I will give it minus points, actually no, plus points for the humour with the apples and say it was actually about a 7. Because the apples were hilarious.
Well, that's why. That's one of the reasons why I got the humour, because I'm going to put it. I can't put it above 5. I may.
You're giving that what?
7.
7.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Terrible attempt at singing apples. However, those apples still sing better than Nickelback. I'll admit. However, in terms of the score and the background as they were setting the scene and all that, I'll say it's okay. It's about average, but which is good. Okay, I'll grant, but it's average. I'll give it about a 6 as well. For wait, what did you say? 7?
7.
Oh yeah, I'll give it a 6 then.
Okay, 6.
Shall I go next?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, musical score. I really do appreciate the little Star Trek background music whenever that whole storytelling thing of Grandpa, the Kirk reference and everything showed up.
I didn't notice.
However, I would admittedly downgrade this episode because I think this episode would have been the perfect opportunity for a proper song and they didn't take it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
just on that basis, I'm
Yeah.
going to have to just give it a 5. It was just average.
Yeah.
Missed
Okay.
a golden opportunity for a song, I feel.
But you know what?
Okay.
Perfect
Right.
parody. Yes.
Okay. Next. So me. Let's see. So, there wasn't really anything significant that kind of came out to me during this episode. Obviously, Tip Top's mentioned Star Trek references. I haven't watched Star Trek, so I wouldn't have picked up on that. Apart from that, there wasn't really any kind of standout music for me. I thought the music score was entirely kind of average, but the fact that they had those kind of references in, even if I didn't personally get them, I'm going to give it a 6 for that.
You know what? I think, as far as I'm concerned, the music, until Tip Top mentioned about the fact that it was going to, because the thing is, if it wasn't for the fact that so basically they included the references to Star Trek. And that's fine. I mean, if it's something I didn't know that much, I haven't watched any of that, so I probably didn't get the references. Hence the reason why I didn't notice it. However, I think I do agree with Tip Top. They should have really made this a musical one. Although I do realise there's
Maybe not a full musical, but they should have put a song to sum up that.
I think to be song.
So I just realised they could have made it High School Musical based with Troy Gabrielle.
But
No,
basically,
no.
hang on. Let me just finish
Order!
my point. Basically, I think I'm going to have to give it a 6 because the thing is, because of those references. I don't blame them for not doing a song, mainly because essentially they don't have time sometimes to do that sort of thing. So I'm just going to give it a 6.
So by majority vote, musical score gets a 6.
And it's entertainment.
Finally, entertainment.
Who's going first?
Ray, do you want to go first?
Okay, that was a very, very entertaining episode. It was genuinely brilliant setup, brilliant interaction between the characters. It was funny. Discord tries to destroy everything, which is par for the course with him. So I'm actually gonna give it an 8 for entertainment value. I can see myself watching this episode over and over again just for a laugh.
Okay, 8 out of 10.
Okay, well, I'm a sucker for romance stuff. I'm not gonna lie, Perfect Pair is one of my favourite episodes, if not my favourite episode.
I think it's one of everyone's favourites.
Yeah, for all of the right reasons.
It's all there, but this is a different episode.
Yeah, carry on.
Anyway.
But the fact of the matter is, I don't see myself going back and rewatching it. at all.
Yeah.
It's good. It's decent. If I was showing it to someone for the first time, it's probably not what I'd show. Out of the two, I'd probably show Perfect Pair. I was entertained, certainly. I'd just give it an average of like 5. I was
5
just
for
averagely entertained.
Okay. Starlight, do you want to go next?
I was fully entertained. I mean, I'm not really a sucker for romance like Jonathan and Tip Top is.
I never said I was.
Well, oh, sorry, yeah, I meant
Character.
But anyway, the point I'm making is I'm not really a sucker for it, but I found it quite entertaining, So I would say I would give it. I would say 8.
An 8?
Yeah,
Okay.
I found it quite entertaining. I mean, I'm not really a sucker for these things, but.
Okay. Skybound then.
Okie dokie. Well, I too found that episode rather entertaining. I think the whole sort of thing of the perspective that it showed it from. Again, I really enjoyed that kind of the kind of split between how they were telling the story and how it was actually happening.
The overlapping perspectives.
Yeah, exactly. That was really entertaining to me. And also, obviously, the story was great. It was really sweet, and it was a really good way to kind of wrap up that particular loose end.
Yeah.
I would say it was a solid 8.
Okay, that's an 8. Okay, yeah, I will say, as entertainment goes, I feel like I would watch this episode again a couple of times. It's continuing the whole season 9 thing of tying up a lot of loose ends and really bringing a lot of stories to a close. I mean, considering how far we've come with Big Mac and Sugar Belle from a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
What was the first season that basically they had?
6, I think it would have been.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah.
It felt like a really good conclusion to it. I mean, I feel like maybe it could have been stretched out a bit more. It felt maybe just a tiny bit rushed. But the story was engaging. The overlapping perspectives were really good fun, and
That's why they ended up doing.
I think, in
interviews,
terms of outright entertainment, obviously it was a more slice of life kind of a deal. I think I would give that one a 7.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
So that's a 5, a 7, and 3/8. So I'd say that average is about a 7.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay, so that's a 7. So
out of 50, what do we have?
7. Out of 50, that gives us a total score of 35.
35.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
that's 70 out of 100.
That's 70%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it first.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
To be honest, that sounds around about right. I mean, it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I mean, it's
especially for
it's above
significant.
average. Maybe not super special, but it was certainly above
I
average.
mean, it's above average.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of other episodes that were tying up loose ends this season that weren't above average. So
Yeah.
But let's
Actually, one thing I forgot to mention, I thought that bringing back the 2 trees intertwined, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was actually
That was
a good
actually
idea.
You said, like you say, a lot of referencing to Perfect Pair.
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay,
let's-
so that
let's
was
wrap
our
this
review.
up.
That was our review of the Big Mac question.
And-
So only 3 episodes to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, just one more, and then we're into the finale. So who knows what to expect?
Well,
Actually,
the finale is
No.
literally the next episode.
No, the finale is the next episode.
Oh, it's a 3-parter.
Yeah, it's a
3-parter.
three-parter. Hence the reason why we're recording it all today, because we
stacking
won't
it.
be able to get all together before then. So
Yeah, so anyway,
So yeah, we're going to get straight into watching that. So
Yeah.
reaction in
see.
the description.
Later, guys.
Don't
Yeah.
forget to like, comment, subscribe. Leave your own scores below, and thank you very much for watching. I'm Skybound,
Starlight Flux.
tip top.
Back to thrust.
Brett Chat.
and
Later.
we will see you next time.
See you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.